The 90s had a fair share of unique horror films for sure. Peter Jackson's Dead Alive, and Michele Soavi's take on the tried and true zombie genre, based on the Italian novel Dellamorte, Dellamore by Tiziano Scalavi, which was published in '91 but written back in '83. This, along with his creation of Dylan Dog, combines both writings while throwing in a long-faced Rupert Everett.
Yeah, come again and stay a while.
Whose expression is pulled along like soft taffy. I'm talking about Cemetery Man, or Dellamorte, Dellamore as it's also known, from 1994. We follow...
My name is Francesco Dellamorte. Weird name, isn't it? Francis of Death. Saint Francis of Death.
Who's a...
I'm not an engineer.
Are you or are you not the watchman of the cemetery?
Well, of course I am.
You are therefore an engineer.
Along with his simple childlike Quasimodo mate Nagi.
Hey! Dead, you idiot! I can't kill you!
Played with lovable and highly questionable eating habits by French actor Francois Haji Lazaro. Who you may have caught glimpses of in City of Lost Children, which I'll review soon, and Brotherhood of the Wolf. Nagi is a man of few words. Who's...
He's happy. He likes it when the sun shines.
And aids dear Francesco in dispensing of the dead, or returners as he calls them, with a cemetery that repurposes the deceased after being buried for only 7 days. Francesco and Nagi have their hands full. Not all is grim, as love has a funny way of weaving into your life. It has an even funnier way of becoming a reoccurring nightmarish dream. She is all she's known as, played by jaw-dropping Anne Falchi, who keeps the audience as hypnotized as Francesco, with her mysterious beauty washing over us as the widow of a much older gent who has a hankering for the macabre. This was shot in an actual ossuary, which when you watch the scene is pretty wild to even think about, especially stepping into the place barefoot. Enraptured by the hauntings, she finally breaks free of the celibate bonds of her deceased hubby, to getting her freak on with Francesco on the old man's grave. Of course, he's not a happy camper, waking only to take a bite out of her. This, of course, kills the mood. Francesco watches over her as she passes on. Reality twists around Francesco, who hallucinates her awakening, pulling a quick draw, realizing only later on, after she returns as a Halloween decoration, that she hadn't died from the first bite, but rather by her lover's lethal hand. With the mayor's daughter and motor hipster boyfriend colliding with a bus full of Boy Scouts, no time is wasted as the bodies pop back to life and are wheeled back to their plots. Nagi befriends the severed head of the mayor's daughter. As Francesco and the audience are together losing sight of what is reality or fiction anymore, she pops back up not once,
my personal secretary, Mr. Dellamorte,
but twice.
Make a wish. I grant wishes.
With Francesco also being taunted by the Grim Reaper himself.
They're mine. If you don't want the dead coming back to life, why don't you just kill the living?
He decides to take matters into his own hands, with his pal Franco taking credit for his killings.
Do you give me an explanation? Why did you steal my murders?
And the new mayor wanting to keep the cemetery secrets entombed from the public.
Why the barbed wire? Do they climb in at night?
No. They climb out sometimes.
This snaps Francesco, who packs up with Nagi, and they're off, finally escaping this purgatory.
I should have known it. The rest of the world doesn't exist.
Cemetery Man, much like Dead Alive, is a film you'll never forget.
Come on, who do you think will believe you?
Finally on 4K and Blu-ray, which is long overdue, as well as streaming on Tubi. So, if you find yourself wandering through a graveyard at night with a bow and catch a glimpse of these cute little floating,
It's just ignis fatuus.
never worry, there's no one watching.
You're supposed to be setting a good example. Now, will you get back to your coffin immediately?
Until next time.
Yeah.
I also wanted to give a shout out to our YouTube members. Thank you for the support. So click links below to be notified. Many thanks for the support, and Hail Cthulhu!